Good morning! おはようございます。皆さん。How are you doing on this fine Sunday? 良い日曜日お過ごしいかがですか？ Okay, that came out wrong. 間違った。間違った。日本語間違った。well, it's Easter Sunday over here in Hong Kong, so it's already Easter here on our side of the world, so happy Easter, I suppose. Happy holidays. Hi, Fortune. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Volume 5, Chapter 5. That's what we're doing today. Sorry, I'm a little bit unorganized, but now we're fine. Now we are fine, I believe. Okay, that's a bit too much. Alright, well, yesterday was, so now I'm just setting up. I forgot to set up the document beforehand, so that's just what we're doing right now. How was the chapter yesterday? I hope you guys enjoyed the chapter yesterday. Now you guys are just looking at the preparations that I do for documents. So normally when I do proper ones, I add a space after the paragraph, but I'm used to seeing the secret org ones without a space after paragraph, so none of that here. First line, heading 1 times New Roman, centralized. Centralized. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. I said the wrong word and I typed what I was saying. That's not what we want to do. Okay, machipompu, matroshka. So I've always had trouble with the word machipompu because there's no actual English translation for it, right? So last time, I think I came up with something that kind of like put up job. That's sort of a weird, that's put up. My fingers not doing well today. I hope this fixes itself by the time I get to Kaicho stream. I don't want to be deleting stuff. That's wasting time. Put up fingers. Oh my god, no. Put up job. Oh my god. Ugh. My brain. What's going on? Put up job. Matroshka. Shika. Okay, I'm not doing well today. I'm not doing well today. 今日はちょっと調子悪いかな。Alright, well, let's get started. しげじのマッチポンプ案を誰よりも肯定しなければならないのは他ならぬ俺自身だ。Of all people, and was the last person who could reject Shigeji's suggestion of a put up job. Let's see, his suggestion, so on, right? Machipompu on, suggestion of put up job. 誰よりも肯定しなければならない。had to 肯定 had to agree with, like say yes to. So we could flip that around to make it the other way around, as the last person to reject it, because of the of all people. After you do of all people, then the following thing has to be negative. So it's just that's just the way it is. しげじを肯定すれば自分自身を全否定することになる。案に乗る以外に道はない。If I said no to him, it would be equal to reject. Denying myself. It would be equal to denying myself, repudiating myself. Refuting myself. Discrediting. If I denied his request. If I denied his request, it would be akin to denying myself. So, what I'm struggling with here is because hite is said twice here, right? So the hite is meant to be a comparison, a contradiction. Like the first usage contradicts the second usage. So we want to keep it as the same word. So that's why said no. It wouldn't work here. It would be equal to saying no to myself. And see, this doesn't work. This is not English. If I denied him, it would be equal to denying myself. Or we could just take this, or we could just take the reject. It'll be a bit repetitive. Nope. Denied. Request. Equal to denying myself, something like that, I suppose. 案に乗る以外に道はない。I had no choice but to nod yes. So 乗る means to, 案に乗る means to sort of like go along with his plan, right? No choice but to go along with his plan. But we sort of reworded it here so that the contrast with this and this seems a bit more clear. So it's just a matter of word choice. そんなわけで、しげじの提案を聞いてしまった時点で、採用が確定し。What are you translating here, Taishi? I am translating a series called 世界の闇と戦う秘密結社がないから作った半切れ。Let me go on a little bit of a tangent, I suppose. So this being my site. So this is a series that was released that I did for J Novel a while ago. Volume 1 and Volume 2 had official Japanese publications, so I translated both of those for J Novel Club, and those are available for purchase. And then afterwards, it got cut. And then so from Volume 3 onwards, even though there's all this content, it got cut. So I contacted the author, and I contacted J Novel and confirmed that there were no copyright issues. So that's what we're doing. We're fan translating the rest of all this, which is gonna last us quite a while. So that's good for content. And we're fan translating it all, and we are also streaming part of the translation process. Yes. So technically, so Volume 1 and 2 were official. Volume 3 onwards is just fan stuff. Well, it's just me, and then like I have an editor called Kuma. He edits it for me. But yeah, so generally this is about like maybe like 80% of the quality of volumes 1 and 2, but you know, I do my best. そんなわけで in this way. Therefore, the moment Shigeji voiced his idea, it was Sayo. Sayo dictionary. It was adopted. It was accepted. It was greenlit. 計画を練って実行することになったのだが、実際きつい。There was no doubt that we would be planning it out and doing it. But actuality, it was going to be tough. But it was going to be tough. You have an editor, didn't realize that. Yes. Kuma is my editor. If you guys don't mind, I'll go back here. Just real quick. Right here. So I include Kuma's name here. I should ask him for his social media. I think I asked him before and he said he didn't have any, but I'll ask again. But yeah, he takes a look before I put it onto the website. I do have a tendency of making silly mistakes. Real question is, who holds the whip? What whip? What whip? I feel like you're talking... What? Yeah, someone who reads fan translations a lot. Yeah, you're doing your work basically, because you're a god, right? It's my honor. It's my honor. 俺がマッチポンプを始めようとしたときは、自分の手に負えないのが分かりきっていたから、副官である冠城さんを探し、味方につけて全面バックアップをお願いした。Before I started working on this put up job, I could tell right off the bat that this was going to be beyond my abilities. 自分の手に負えない。So beyond me, right? Beyond my abilities. 分かりきっていたから、So 分かりきる means to be sure about something. I was sure that I couldn't do this. But sort of, this is sort of similar, but we're rewording a little bit to make it flow better in English because there's a sort of chronology with the paragraphs. So I contacted my Kaburagi-san before getting started, and sorry about that. Requested. 味方につける means to get someone on your side. Got her on my side. That might be a bit too literal, I think. Metaphorical whip to make people work harder. Me, I guess. I need to work harder. I'm always slacking off a bit. I'm not slacking off on purpose, but you know, it happens. And things happen. I need to I need to work harder. Hello. So before getting started and requested her 全面バックアップ So this is one of those wasei-eigo things, right? One of those things where an English word meant in Japanese, but then it doesn't really mean what it means anymore. Requested her full backup. That's not what it means. Full support. Would be that is true. Thank you, Google. 今回はしげじがマッチポンプ始めようとしていて自分の手に負えないから俺に話を通しバックアップを頼んでいる形になる。This time it was しげじ。The put up job this time was Shingeji's idea, not mine, and was. Did he repeat himself? He repeated himself. 自分の手に負えない。自分の手に負えない。See, this is no okay. This is one example of why Naruto works need an editor before it gets published into light novels. This is definitely something that an editor would edit away from a source text. What should we do? What should we do? The overall flow was頼んでる形 the state of things, the way things are. I needed help. Was asking for help because I could not. I could not realize it alone. Something like that, I guess. That's not too repetitive, I'm thinking. I could tell right off the bat that this task would be beyond my abilities, so I contacted my adjutant, Kaburagi-san, before getting started and requested. So before got started, contacted my adjutant, Kaburagi-san, and requested her full support. The put-up job this time was Shigeji's idea, not mine, and I was asking for help because I could not do it alone. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. Allies. Allies? 冠城さんの立場になってみて理解できたが、これは辛い。From her point of view, however, his was a rather tough ask. 考えること、準備しなければならないことが多すぎる。There was just too much to think about and prepare. Pretty straightforward. しげじのマッチポンプは超能力を持たない日の影未教に自分が超能力を持っていると錯覚させることだ。しげじ's proposed put up job was to namely make, should I make it put in quotes? Make Hinokage Mikyo believe that she has superpowers without actually giving her superpowers. You はたやすく、行うは難しい。This was much easier said than done. Yes! Now, translating this sentence was super easy. どうやって錯覚させる？パッと思いつく簡単なところでは PSI ドライブを持たせ、これは超能力者にしか起動できない。君には無理だ。なんだと？起動した。すごい！君は超能力者なんだねという流れだ。How were we supposed to do it? To do this? The easiest, the first idea, the simplest idea that came to mind was to have her hold a PSI drive and go, only experts can use this contraption. It's too much for you. 君には無理だ。Do we actually need this? This seems a bit repetitive. これは超能力 only experts can use this. You can't. It's beyond you. Only experts can use this contraption. You're not an esper. Wait. Activated? Amazing. So you are an esper after all. Yeah, I think that's the best way of doing this. This is a very awkward sentence, okay? This is a very awkward sentence. What? Low, shut up. Low, shut up. This is a very awkward sentence because okay, I've did it pretty straightforward so you can see we don't normally include this in sentences in English. Should I leave it? Yeah, I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. Path of least energy. I think normally an editor would an English editor. So if I was doing this officially, I probably wouldn't be allowed to use this. I probably wouldn't be allowed to use this, and I'll probably have to go like would be to go this, and then and then comma, and then when she picked it up, wait, it activated, and blah 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 blah. I can't be bothered to think of all the things. Whatever. This is fine as a fan translation. しかし細かい穴が多すぎる。However, there were too many holes with this idea. This plan, because idea was used there. So just to avoid being repetitive. So this is so しかし however 細かい穴 like detailed holes, so got all sigiri, too much, too many. This two things to demonstrate from here, right? So 細かい穴 detailed holes, we don't need the word details. We just holes. That's enough. That's fine. And with this plan. So I added with this plan because this is one of those things where, like, in Japanese, you don't need the subject. Excuse me. In Japanese, you don't need the subject, but in English, a lot of the times you'll be better served adding the subject back in. So this is that's basically what this sentence is talking about, is the plan, right? So there you go. Only an Esper can use this, so it's impossible for you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that very much. Because it helped remove the repetition in the here. Yes, thank you. Subjects are overrated. Are you saying that from like a grammatic point of view, or from like a general God King point of view? I am the king, and subjects are overrated. Oh God, that's gonna get clipped, huh? Oh dear. Moving on. PSI ドライブは超能力者の地が装填されていれば誰にでも起動できる。The truth was, anyone could use PSI drives as long as it was properly installed, build, powered, loaded. There we go. Loaded with an Esper's blood. つくよみとアマテラスのメンバーはそれ知っているし、ババアに代わり PSI ドライブのメンテナンスをしてくれている。金山テックの研究員たちも知っている。All the members of Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu knew this, as did the researchers in Kaneyama Tech, who helped provide maintenance for in Baba's stead. 嘘をつき通すためにはその全員に口裏を合わせてもらわなければならない。In order to 突き通す。嘘を突き通す。Shit. Nope, wrong one. 突き通す。Go away. Last case scenario, I just Google it. 突き通す。英語。In order to stick to a story. No. In order for this lie to work, to not get exposed. Yes. Not get exposed, we would need all of those people we need to contact all of those people and get them to 口裏を合わせる。God damn it. 口裏を合わせる。Match the back of the mouth. Google! collaborate, get our story straight. Need to contact all of those people and get our story straight. I feel like this sentence doesn't work very much, but we will move on. I will leave it to my future self to worry about. Taishi King cover when. Don't Google it, use DeepL. I actually haven't heard the song King before. I've seen all those videos on YouTube of all the covers, but I don't know. I don't really listen to music much. Hello. Hi, Ixie. みきょうちゃんが PSI ドライブのスイッチを看護師や医者、家族に何かしらの理由で押させることがあれば、その時点でもう超能力者以外には起動できないという嘘がバレる。moment きょうちゃん got a nurse, a doctor, or a member of her family to push the activation button on the PSI drive, the lie that only Espers could use it would be exposed right then and there. That is a repetition. That is something that we don't like. We are gonna fix it later in post, because I'll probably have to sit there and cross my arms and go like and think really hard. So that's not fun on stream. What kind of novel is Secret Organization? Ooh, that's a big question. That's I don't mind. I like to push the series because it this series. I was working on this as a fan translator. I did like the prologue, and then I got signed up with J Novel Club, and Sam asked like, are there any series that you want us to license? And I asked for this one. So like this is a series that I liked enough that I was doing it as a fan before I got official, and then I continued doing as an official translator, and that even after the official part is over, I'm still doing it now with like no money and shit. So I'd be more than happy to push it. So it's basically a sort of like a low fantasy series where basically the main character Sago, he out of the blue he realizes that he can use telekinesis, and but nothing happens. No girl falls from the sky. No secret organization knocks on his door, and nothing out of the ordinary happens at all. So he just gets pissed off. One day he just flips the freaking table. And he's like, fuck this, I'll do it myself. So his telekinesis is like incredibly powerful. He can reach other planets in the solar system and destroy them if he wants to. So he can do a lot with it. So he realizes that he can give other people superpowers also. So he goes around giving people superpowers, and he sets up like a secret organization. He creates the enemies for the secret organization to fight, and basically he you know how like anime is like Sinful Gear, for example. Like there are enemies, and then there's an organization that fights enemies. Basically, he creates that, but he's the one behind everything. So that's what this whole series is like. Yes, To be a power in the shadows. It's sort of like that. And that is an interesting one that you mentioned because I also fan translated that one. That was also me. But it's like on the flip side. Because power in the shadows is he's misunderstanding that he is weak, but he's actually incredibly powerful, and he doesn't understand the full extent of his reach as the leader of I forgot what the organization's name is called. But here it's different in that it's meta, in that Sago is fully aware of everything because he's the one who is doing everything. But then the funny thing, what makes it funny is he creates so-called events, right? Like big enemy incoming to destroy the city. Like he creates it, and what makes it funny is the people that he gives the superpowers to, they don't do what he expects them to do. So that's what makes it funny. Like you get this weird like girl who she likes Buddha a lot for some reason, and then in volume 3 you get like Sago creates like an enemy organization, a dark secret organization. He makes them fight and things like that. So it's basically that's what it is. And then in this latest volume 5 is what we're at right now. He is hiring more new members, and the Mikio-chan and Shigeji are the newest members in this volume. That's what it is. Where are we? バレる。他の超能力者が PSI ドライブいらずで超能力が使えるのに自分だけ PSI ドライブがないと使えないというのも不信感をあるだろう。Furthermore, if she notices how other espers could use superpowers without a PSI drive, and she was the only one who needed. Nope, rephrase that. Furthermore, if she noticed how she was the only esper to need a PSI drive to use her superpower, unlike the other espers, it would raise questions. 不信感, it would make her suspicious. 不信感を煽る.煽る means sort of like to fan her suspicions, right? It would fan. No, I don't want to do this because it would make it sound like she had suspicions from the start. Yes, let's do that. It's similar enough, but we would be rewording it so that it doesn't cause troubles in sort of chronology. Definitely gonna give that one a try tomorrow. Please do. Thank you. PSI ドライブをいくら使っても超能力過労がないのも普通の超能力者と違う。It would also be a point of difference. It will also be different how she would not feel supernatural fatigue from using her powers. That might be enough to expose the lie. Might be enough to expose the lie. 嘘がバレないとしても自分は PSI ドライブがなければ能力が使えない劣等生だと落ち込んでしまうかもしれない。Or even if it didn't, it might make her there are a lot of verbs in the sentence. We would probably have to break it up. That might be enough to expose the lie. Even if not, she might get depressed, thinking that she was an inferior Esper who could not use her powers without the aid of a PSI drive. PSI ドライブで人類抹殺を始めないよう針を刺したり監視したり秘密をばらさないよう口止めしたりもし PSI ドライブで人を傷つけたり秘密をばらしてしまった時に備えた自己対処用語を作成しておく必要もある。Would have to stress to her not to use the PSI drive to eliminate humanity. And monitor her to make sure she doesn't and ensure that she did not spread secret around. Would also have to take precautions for the fallout in case she actually did try to spread the secret or hurt someone. Yeah, this is very, very repetitive. I don't like it. I don't like it, but we will move on because I will think about it later. マッチポンプを成立させるにはすべてに対処し、すべてに備えなければならない。In order to make the product job a success, we would have to prepare for all possibilities. 対処する handle. We would have to prepare for all possibilities. Handle everything and prepare for all possibilities. Both of them sound pretty similar, right? 対処するすべてに対処する means to like handle everything. すべてに備える means to be ready for everything. Have to be ready to handle anything. Would have to考えるだけでめまいがしてくる Just thinking about it gave me a headache. カブラギさんがよくこんなことできるな。Earth. Thus, カブラギさん manage よくこんなことできるな。できるな means how can she do it? How does she do it all the time? Yeah, something like that. Seems to be a lot of repetition in Japanese. Yes. Yes. That is, you have hit the nail on the head. There is a lot of repetition in Japanese. Well, especially for like web novels. From web novels to light novels, they sort of cut down a little bit more. But definitely yes for web novels. They repeat themselves a lot. I've heard I think like the worst example I've heard is a series called Legend. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's super long now. There's like 1,500 chapters or something like that. It's been running for years, but like they would have like a character say something, right? Say something, and then they would have a line of narration going like, character said something and then like in response to character saying something, character 2 said blah blah blah. Like technically this is doable. I'm not saying it's good writing. It's not good writing. It's very bad writing. But it's doable. Does repetition not sound as weird in Japanese as in English, or why is there much repetition? Yes, as in repetition does not sound as weird in Japanese. Japanese is a lot more forgiving of repetition. Lot more forgiving. Like it sounds okay in Japanese. Like not just with what I described, right? Also with like tropes. Not sure what to call it, but I'll just describe it. Like I think you guys probably know about characters with quips, with like quirks in speech, right? For example, like noja, like this is delicious. Noja, like the noja thing is, or you know whatever, like this, it's delicious. Echo, you know. Damn, what did I do? You know, like this ending thing. It's like it's nothing in Japanese, as in it doesn't feel like it has a certain weight, so you can repeat it a lot and it doesn't feel like it's bogging the sentence down. But in English, there is a certain weight to this sort of stuff. I mean, first of all, editors won't allow you to just include this in a translation, but that's a different matter altogether. But like in English, there's a certain weight to this sort of stuff, and so you cannot repeat it as often as it is in Japanese. So this is a sort of like more like da example, but a better example would be desu, right? Like desu. That would be Suiseki. She's the poster child of desu, right? You know. Right, this one. Desu. She's basically the poster child of overusing desu. But this happens with quite a few other characters. It's just one of the character tropes. Depending on who uses it, it could sort of make it seem cute in Japanese. But when you're translating this into English, you cannot do it. You cannot just replace this with something and then do it as often. It just doesn't work. Because if you do, it would sound very repetitive and it will bog down the sentence as if it has weight. Yeah, there's no better way that I can explain this. It's just, that's just the way it is. That's why if you watch like Pecora's stream, right? She pickles everything. She goes pickle everything. But when translating, I'm not even sure whether I would include Peko in it. Maybe every once in a while, maybe. Yeah. Let me see. Oh wow, reminds me of some Chinese novels that are paid by the word where every girl has jade skin. Don't get me started on Chinese novels, man. Chinese novels are ridiculous. Chinese novels do... Oh my god. They're a whole different kind of worms. Whole different kind of worms. 俺の手には負えそうもないので、See, again? 手に負えない。負えそうもないので、魔法上でバカンス中の冠城さんに相談したが、反応が鈍かった。病弱少女、日のかけみきょうは冠城さんの金銭に触れなかった。And so, because it was too much for me to handle by myself, see, the repetition here is ridiculous. An editor would have taken this out. This is too much even for Japanese. 魔法上でバカンス中 I contacted Kaburaki-san, who was still on vacation in her magic castle. Excuse me. But her response was not very forthcoming. No, 鈍い。反応が鈍い。Let me see. 反応が鈍い。英語。She's not slow to respond. She's not very excited about it. That's what it is. She didn't sound very excited. She didn't sound very interested. No, wrong thing. Click wrong thing. Motivated. She didn't sound very enthusiastic, eager, ardent. Didn't sound very excited. I don't like that. I don't like that, but I'll leave it be. Repetition just feels off and sometimes feel like lazy writing. Exactly. Apparently, the story of the sickly girl who's living in the hospital her whole life did not tug at her heartstrings. Let's put this as an M dash and yep. Let's do that. Look, I fell asleep. 5 minutes left. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up because the next paragraph is quite long and I'm not sure that we can finish it. And so I'm gonna wrap this up right here. Thank you for tuning in. Surprised I haven't fallen asleep. Thank you very much for coming. And not a lot of we didn't really get to like the funny part this time, but you know, I hope it was interesting somehow. Hope you guys learned something. What is sleep? I wish I could say that. I hate sleeping. I don't hate sleep. I hate that I have to sleep, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. Thank you for coming, guys. So as I'm sure most of you know, right after this is Kaicho's stream, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be live translating there, and so this one. So make sure to tune in. Go check it out. Yep. I'll see you guys again soon. This chapter will go up on the website on Saturday, next Saturday at the usual time, 8 a.m. at Hong Kong time. So go check it out if you are interested. Again, thank you for tuning in, and see you guys again. Bye.